You're seeing this video on the 21st of August. You know how I know that? Because I'm filming it on the 21st of August. The Kickstarter just went live. Right now. Go here, go Verum, boom. They've already got, it's counting up $16,000 of the only 30 they want. Now here's the thing. If you don't know what these headphones are, they're DIY'd by a guy in the Ukraine. And he messaged me, and there's no, like, I had to put a label there to know what they are. They're the Verum ones. And he's been just hand building a couple for himself, and he's like, you know what, I could do this. And I've never been more excited for a headphone that no one's ever heard of. I've been excited for weird headphones before, but this is a little, I want to say a little bit different, but this is a lot of bit different. Unboxed on my other channel. If you watch the pasta unboxing on the other channel, these came out of a cardboard box, and they were wrapped in a like plastic garbage bag, and that was it. That was literally it. This was in like a little Ziploc, and these giant. I need something that's like equivalent exchange. All right, let's pull down the M1060Cs because we're going to be discussing the differences. Mostly that I'm going to go into. I still like M1060Cs. I still like them, but we're talking about like size differences, and then build quality differences, and then sound differences. Bit dusty in here, aren't you, buddy? So these are my custom modified M1060Cs. Amount of price $300, and I've had to change the foam mount to be thinner, and I had to put this back plate on to give a little more air. I didn't have to do that. I left the stock pads, but inside here is a phaser that someone 3D printed to fix the way the sound is, and the headband is still absolute horse shit. Just this headband is just the worst thing ever, and I hate it. So probably 300 plus everything else you do to it, 350. The Kickstarter for these, I believe, is selling pairs for $300. See, because when I was sent these, let's see, $299 early bird Verum headphones, 49 left out of 100. They're going to be, by the time you watch this review, which is only going to be about an hour, maybe a little more than after I filmed it, there will not be 49 out of 100 remaining. My bad, I should have had this video out sooner. And it's skipping the Patreon, it's going straight to public because I want the Kickstarter to succeed, even though he's past halfway in like the first 2 hours. You could always tell when a headphone is made by someone who cares, and that goes for big companies too. That goes, like, you could tell when, like, Edifier, when someone sits down and they care about something, you could just see the craftsmanship in it. This JDS Labs EL stack, they care about the little details and the little things. And then you get some things that are just like, yeah, whatever, just corporate button that makes it like budget, under budget. We want it to be under budget, and it comes out and it's all right. You could tell a man made these and he cares more about the headphone than he does about making money. Because when I got these, when I pulled them out, I had no idea what he was going to sell them for. He just said, yeah, I'm making headphones. Here's a picture of them. Would you like to review them? I'm like, yes. He's like, all right, the Kickstarter is coming up on the 21st. Oh, yeah. And then he said the price. He said $300. And I'm like, what? For planars this big? Huge planars. Huge custom handmade planars. I'll pull the other magnetic grills, by the way. Actually, I don't want these to slam together, so I'm just going to put one back in because the magnets will do that. Literally just, I don't know where he gets these pads. He says he could order them. Big, giant, angled protein leather pads, and all he does is stick a metal ring in here, which is pretty sharp, by the way. I point that out. It's not like you're going to cut your finger off sharp, but be careful if he hasn't updated this by the time he's coming out, because just, all right, put a metal ring in there, and then the magnets of the actual array just suck the pad forward, and you're done. Genius. Oh, by the way, this pair was made custom for a person, so there's no screen protecting the actual planar driver. The real ones will have something to prevent like cat hair and Dorito dust from falling in that. So this is a very pre-production set of Verum ones. So now So the pads come off, which is fantastic. You paying attention, Monoprice? There's some guy in the Ukraine about to show you how your shit should be done. Handmade driver. Everything handmade. Like this, you could see this felt that's on here, he put on by hand. All this stuff is done handmade. He did all the weaves on the driver itself, handmade. He printed all this out. He builds these different finishes. Wood. I asked him, hey, can you custom make me one? He's like, I'm gonna have one with purple and the Z Reviews logo. The skull is gonna be here, or the Z. I'm not sure which one, but he's a man doing it. It's kind of like the Argons when Modhouse takes the what is the T50s and he crafts his sound out of it. And this guy literally takes nothing, starts with nothing, and then boom, here's a headphone. Not only is it a headphone, it's a fucking amazing sounding headphone. Let's get that. I'm not reviewing this like, oh, well, it's really well built, so, you should support him, and then, check the Kickstarter out. No, fuck you. Fuck you, M1060s. And the M1060Cs with the open back mods are good headphones, but these are still bigger, like physically bigger, and they sound bigger. They're not perfect. We are far from perfection here in a headphone, but for $300, you are not gonna find anything close to it. Problem number one, right? So they're on your head. Here you go. See where my hands are? They're grabbing the cups. Oh God, they're grabbing the cups like they should be. But when you take them off, the actual Y just sort of like slides your fingers off the thing, so you drop it. So be real careful holding these. The next, I've never seen this on anything but like the Abyss headphones, is this top screw, which you could loosen, and then this articulates the V like that. That's genius. Why hasn't anyone else done that? So you could tighten this up when you find your correct angle, although it'll pretty much slide around even if you tighten it. Like, I don't want to tighten it too tight, because even if it's tight, she sort of slips. But that's fine. You take it off, you open it up, you put them on, and you get my entire ear. How many knuckles? It's got to be it's a roomy 3 knuckle. It's not a 4. Not many things are 4. But here, I'm trying to hold them, and it's just like, I got to hold it by the bracket, and the bracket's a thin piece of metal, and that's sort of sharp. We'll get to how they sound. You should have probably supported the Kickstarter by now anyway. Here's the head strap, right? Let's just look at this, like, janky little poppy thing, and you got this, and it's bubbles, okay. And now look at this I don't know, it can't be hand stitched. He's got to have someone on a machine doing it. But it's a pillow. It's a 1/2 inch thick, some of these bubbles. That's ridiculous. And it's so soft. And the screws here have like oxidation happening because he didn't pick the right screws yet. But how do we adjust that, Zeos? This is the part that sort of got me. They're like, oh. So you take this side and you unscrew this entirely till it falls off. Then you have 3 threads that you pull literally out the metal, and they're screwed through the back. And then you pick the other where you want this to have the height. So you go all up here. I'm down here. Leave 1 space, and then you take this, and it has a like a rubberized back, and you thread it onto the center one, and you screw that on, and you can get if you can get the L to stand up straight, then you do. If you don't get the L or R to stand up straight, then that's it. But yeah, you have to do that to adjust it. Not the worst solution, honestly. I mean, I would almost try to make this a smooth track, then you could loosen this and slide it, but it may not be. You might tighten it down so hard that it snaps. But here right now, he's leaving those in the sound demo. I take these off and I drop them. You could hear that they're machined out of metal. Everything's metal. Nothing on here that looks plastic is plastic, because nothing looks like it's plastic. It all looks like it's metal. Don't cross thread that. And then you go and you squeak it on. That rubber stops it. How do these sound? Wire first? No, wire first. So it comes with the wire, and Poss was like, oh, it's like a shoelace. And it is exactly. Probably one of the... It's not a complicated wire. It's a 3.5 millimeter with the screw-on adapter, which I don't have the screw-on adapter out. Sit. Little strain relief. Just this one of the softest, most flexible cloth wires. Like look at the straightness of that. Why can other companies just provide this? Why is some guy in the Ukraine able to provide just a nice, soft, flexible cable and no one else can? You get 1/8 inch plugs, mono. So you could definitely go to Periapt or Ursine or anyone who's making you cables, or make your own cables and plug them into your little 1/8 inch adapters. This one's marked with a red. There's an R and it's red, and there's an L and it's green. So it's Christmas time, and you go plug it in, and it goes plug, plug, and they stick out the front like that. I was using these balanced. We got to talk about powering them, but let me get. I don't want to get sound out of the way. Sound I'm sort of saving because I want to put them on and listen to them. But you know what ohms are? You know how you measure the resistance of a headphone compared to how it's seen by an amp? Most headphones, the lowest you'll go is like 30, 32, some in the 20s, which are like insanely like weird. Like my 2000Xs are like 32, and the T50RPs are 50, although they're really hard to drive. And then you get 600 ohm stuff, which is really takes a lot of power. These are 8 ohm. 8 ohm. Now, if you're just somebody who likes headphones, make headphone go, this part of this is really boring to you, but that's an important number because speakers are 8 ohm. Literally, most of those are 8 ohm speakers. So your amplifier, your headphone amplifier, is going to be seeing a load of 8 ohms, which is strange. Because let me put it this way. These are not hard to drive. They're strange to drive. I figured, okay, 8 ohms, my Emotiva Bass X is literally a 50 watt per channel amplifier at 8 ohms. So I'll plug it in. I did that, and massive distortion. Not overpowering this, just doesn't work. Doesn't work. I tried it on the own here, and I'm at like, in fact, that's where it was. I'm at like 230, like way up in the volume, and I'm like not quite satisfied with how it sounds. And then I tried my S7, sounds perfectly fine and normal, and then I tried the JDS Labs L-Stack, and it sounds the best here. So it's gonna be very particular for how you're powering it. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Get them and then worry about powering them later, because if he can produce 1,000 of these in a year, it'll be a miracle. And I have a feeling that 1,000 people are going to want these today. Let's put them on. Let's put on and it doesn't have to be gold, and there's options and the pads and the headband and the fuck. Okay, Revy, what are we playing? Full Metal Alchemist we started with. Let's just randomly shuffle. Imagine Dragons, It's Time. I'm not even on high gain here. I'm on low gain on the LDAC. About halfway up is enough to like say that's... Alright. This is what how I'm going to describe how these sound. My review of the HE1000s and Edition X, where they were so big, the planar drivers were so big, it was like a all-encompassing massive sound happening, and they were very, very relaxed and calm, and it was an enjoyable experience, and everyone goes and they sips their tea, and you can listen to classical music. Now take that, or take the fucking bigness of that, and combine it with like the aggression and clarity of the Advanced Alphas, which were one of my favorite headphones, and those are $500. And the HE1000s are $2,000, and the Edition X are $1,000, and these are $300 fucking dollars. I actually wrote him an email like the first week and having them like, yeah, they really sound good, but there's a little bit of like vocal distortion at the high end, and that's when he told me they're 8 ohm, and that's when I started really paying attention, because I had these for like 2 weeks not knowing what the specs are, because there's no website for the specs. So I'm like, so then I started plugging them into every fucking amp on the block, and the high gain, low gain, and then once I got them on the L stack, but it's not an element, it's an L stack. and I could push them loudly. The distortion numbers on the L deck. Spoiler alert for the review of the L deck. The distortion numbers on the Element, the L, not the Element, the L amp, are like absurdly low. Like, I don't know if they're better than the Own S7, but they're fucking close for less money, a lot less money. And these are the type of headphones you put on a song that you've heard 150 times. I hit my playlist I don't listen to Imagine Dragons. I listen to that whole fucking song because of these headphones. They're so alive. They're not neutral. If you're a neutral weirdo and you're just like, no, it doesn't sound exactly like it probably did in the recording studio, don't buy these headphones. These do things to sound. They make it exciting to listen to music. And it's not just because they're some random Ukrainian dude's, pipe dream. There's just something about the size of the planar and the way it's coiled and the pads and the back dampening, because there's dampening behind the thing, and it's just perfect. I could sit down, lean back, and listen to these for 500 hours. I'd be dead. I mean, at some point I would need to drink or to eat, and if I don't stop listening, then I'd probably die. But I mean, these are the headphones you put on people to impress them. Oh, you don't want to get good headphones, huh? You want to keep getting whatever. What's the most popular bullshit headphone people are buying nowadays? Is it still Beats? Nah. Alright. Foo Fighters. Times Like These. Horrible recording quality. Horrible recording quality. I'm ready to listen to the whole song now. I can hear the bad recording quality, but there's such a warmth and energy of the sound, and the kick drum is just... I gotta go to Oh Mama from, give it a second. Okay, let's try that again. Oh Mama. Oh, I gotta do Oh Space Mama. Or I could freeze. There we go. Okay. Run the Jewels. Oh Mama is the bass song test that I run.
Like lefty spoke for me. Fuck with us, you fuck with the truth. We speak never a rat like Donnie Brasco though, cause ain't no O in me. Notice me, senpai, they cry when I choke the speech.
Okay, that was a weird sound. I probably should edit that out. I hope there's 50 spots left for the first 50 people who watch this video, so you 50 people can get these headphones for $300, because they're fucking stupid. I don't understand. Like, they bring me to tears from Run the Jewels bass line. Stupid. And I'm not being paid to say this. I make $0 on this video. That's not true. I will link in the description that Rem figure and a mystery prize. Click those links. Thank you. And the wallpaper is downloadable. But I just fucking don't even understand, alright? I was so just giving up on the headphone game. How many more planars can I hear? Yeah, advanced alphas are fucking great. $500, I have this problem, this problem, this problem. And then you get the M1060s, and they're good. The M1060Cs are better, but you gotta pull the cups off, you gotta change the backing out, and then I put $100 fucking pads on those to make them go, and then they go up on the wall, and yeah, they're great, but I don't want to pull them off the wall, listen to them. I just know they're great, and they sit on my wall. These are fucking fantastic. Straight out of the box, and for nearly no money. $300 is no money. What's the next tier up? Hold on. That's wallpapers. We're not looking at that. There's wallpapers there, boys. $350. Oh my god, no. $350. These should be... when I got them working and found out how much he was going to list them for, it fucking shocked me. There's only 45 left now, because these should be $600-700 headphones minimum, and that's an introductory price. Once he's got the tooling going and it's all well built and he's got an assembly line and boxes and it's not coming in a plastic garbage bag, I could see $800 easy. Easy. For the way these sound, easy $800. And they're $300. $350. I gotta finish this review so I could convert it and tag it and get it up to YouTube so that you got at least one of my fans has to be able to fucking buy it. I've already pinned the message in Z Reviews Telegram. Link to the Telegram that I run in the description. If you don't know what Telegram is, Al Qaeda uses it, so it's got to be good. If I keep playing Oh Mama, I'm just no next song. They're so big and open and just huge. I hear I'm wearing headphones, and even open headphones, when you wear them, sometimes it doesn't sound like you're wearing like nothing. I'm wearing nothing. They're just open headphones. Fully open. Blasting out. That tilt that it does perfectly fits. You get the height right. It doesn't feel like they're gonna break. It doesn't feel like they're gonna break. Monoprice. These are gonna, when these can be bought in a store anytime you feel like it, the M1060Cs are gonna die. They're dead. They're dead to me, can opener. You're dead to me, can opener. Anybody get that reference? I've been saying it for years and no one gets it. This is Heeding the Call from Battlestar Galactica, and it's just this little fucking little ding, little taps. The imaging is startlingly good. The detail and how it's like the sounds are capable of being anywhere, but then they come in real close occasionally, and it just. These are some of my favorite headphones. Period. End of line. The issues you're gonna face with them are, I have to still say build quality because it's gonna be a dude making a ton of them. I don't know if he's got people lined up, if he's got machining lined up. We'll find out in the Kickstarter. The issue is going to be powering them. This works great. That works great. That didn't work great at all. And this was just pure distortion. Even though it's 8 ohms, it just doesn't work. Actually, you know what I haven't tried it in? Mica Origin G2. Still got the little... No. Next. Oof. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. Oof, oof, oof. What is this? Riot Jazz Brass Band Suspicious Bulge. The kick drum is just insane. Trumpets and shit. It's just... So apparently Riot Brass Band Suspicious Bulge is really good. I'm adding that to my possible test songs. When I do the sound demos, I have obviously like 120 songs that I just shuffle through. But every once in a while, I'll just add a song to this list. And this list gets my GoPro points at the speakers and it records the songs play through. Then I upload that to YouTube and I see if YouTube has a heart attack. And if it doesn't have a heart attack, then I could use these songs in my next sound demos. That's how this works. And this Riot Jazz Brass Band Suspicious Bulge, first of all, great name for a song, is going in because this is just... Can I tell the difference between the Origin G2 and this? Yes. That's $100. And this stack is like $400, and this is like one of the lowest distortion things and one of the best DACs ever, and that's the best starter thing you could buy. And I'd still dance to that, but you know, woof, the woof. This has more woof. I know it's very technical. There's more woof. I'm gonna end this review. What else is in here? Gypsy King's Hotel California. Isn't that part of my thing already? Fearful Stereo from the Gungrave OST. Alright, these are an experience. I'm going to Rocky Mountain Audio Fest coming up. And I'm gonna be hanging out with Josh and DMS and a couple other headphone people. And I'd love to bring these there to show them. but I don't think I'd work well on a plane wearing these. Actually, how is the leakage? I mean, it's leaking, but it's not like expelling it out. They're just so big. Like, I can handle these. Look, I can put my hand around it like this, or I can grab my hand around it gently like this. And this is just bigger. Like, because you can't, this is flat, and this is a big, like, razor, and you have to grab it like, they're so big it's awkward. But that's great news. He kind of needs to put handles on them. Because if you put your thumbs here, like, you risk pulling off the pads. I love these fucking headphones. These are one of those headphones that probably will, when I get this pair, he's going to send me a pair that's custom for me. I want to thank him for that, because he's like, hey, you're one of the first reviewers I'm sending these to. I'm like, cool. And he sent me this pair that somebody ordered and didn't want, or whatever the hell the deal was. He said, do you want a custom set? And once I heard them, even if he charges me full fucking price, I want that custom set. And it's probably not going on my wall. You know why? Because it'll be on my desk. It'll be too annoying to get it up every day and listen to them. Hold on. This is Fearful Stereo from the Gungrave OST. Maiden Abyss, Indoor Voices. There's like a person somewhere playing like a squeeze box. The drums! Alright, yeah, no. Alright, stop listening to this. Sound demo, honestly, I did the sound demo weeks ago because I was just in the row of doing sound demos. Doesn't even come close to doing these justice. It recorded them poorly because planar drivers this big, that much air pressure, freaks out the microphones. And there's no getting around it. That's why the L300 Limiteds is sort of like a meh sound demo, and the sound is like a meh sound demo. You have to believe in my words and not my sound demo. Invest in these before you can't get them, or before they are sold, and then all of a sudden, used prices for these in the next 6 months will be higher than the retail price. I'm saying that. And I own RAV Exchange. That's what I'm calling. Hopefully he can keep up this sort of level of like build. Honestly, some things need to be improved a little bit, but some things I don't want to see go downhill. Like, it looks like he spent the time with this, whatever he filled this with, and it's even got padding over here where it almost is guaranteed not to touch you. All right, I'm done with this. I don't know what the case will be like. I don't know. Get your set, support the Kickstarter, click the magical links in the description. They're magical. I'm telling you, they're magical. A Revy wallpaper in the description as well. Sound demo in the description. Link to my Patreon, which supports me being able to eat. And also I've added a $10 tier to the Patreon, which is, it doesn't include everyone in the $5 tier because there's hundreds of people there. But you get into a private Telegram chat that is me and right now like 24 other people. And any questions you have to ask me, I answer them within probably an hour of you asking, and I could hit the voice button and give you a voice message. So link to my public Z Reviews Telegram, link to the Patreon where you can join. If you join up the if you join the $10 Telegram for a month, you get in for 3 months because I'm wiping the room every 3 months. Yard sales 1st to the 10th. I've fixed the headphone list. I'm listing in the description. I have to put the Kickstarter in the goddamn RZOS headphone recommendations list, like at the very top. That's finally redone. HiFiGuides.com is coming along. There'll be a forums there soon. We'll be able to have like this will be there with its own forum post and everyone's separate reviews, and you could all have wonderful arguments. Yeah. Thanks. Thank you to Verum Audio, the one guy there, for sending these to me. You've given me hope that headphones can still be interesting, because it was getting rather boring around here. And this is good, disruptive, Revy style shit. Peace.